Hi, Payam.
Hey, Sophie.
I'm in the car. Maybe I should go off video.
We like to see you in the car with your face.
Okay, sure.
I
Don't
prefer to
mind.
see
It's
your
so
pretty face
cold.
than
Uh, then nothing.
exactly. Where are you driving?
I'm actually heading to the office. So I work out of Shack 15, which is in the Ferry Building. Have you been there? It's like a workspace of, in the Ferry Building in San Francisco, and you have like overlooking views of the bay and the Bay Bridge and all that.
Cool. Sounds
Yeah.
lovely.
But it's foggy and cold in San Francisco. That's why I'm like in a
Yeah,
puffer.
yeah. Wow. It's like super hot in LA. Like global warming is hitting everywhere but the Bay.
Yeah, yeah. It was actually kind of misty and drizzling this morning too. So
Yeah.
August.
Uh, I know how it is in the Bay. We'll give a few minutes for people to trickle in here. How you doing, Ben, brother?
Good. How's it going?
Good, brother. Good, brother. Excited to share updates with everyone and make some progress as a DAO together. Co-create this future.
Hi, are you going to that event in Greece that you sent out?
I am, yes. I'm
Sounds pretty amazing.
speaking about Light DAO there. So
Fantastic.
yeah. Max, brother, good to see you.
Hey, good morning, Payam. How you doing?
Amazing. Good to see you, brother. Angel, I know you're at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
Hope everything's okay.
Yeah, just a checkup. Thank you.
Cool. How are you?
I'm doing great. Guess what?
Chicken butt.
I matched this wallpaper and then my pen ran out of ink. And I'm in this like pink and green vibe too in my journal. Vibing. My heart chakra and my love chakra, I guess.
That's amazing.
Speaking Jack's language. And Max's language, and probably a lot of other people's language.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, I'm just at the office.
Nice. Thanks for jumping on. Parm, good to see your not face yet.
Hey, Payam. I maybe will join with my face, but at the moment I can't. Thanks.
It's all good. Appreciate you dialing in and speaking and being present here. Lori, good to see you as well. Well, not seeing you, but being here.
Can you guys see me?
Now I can see you. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. Good to have you.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the speakers on.
It's all good. It's all good.
Awesome. How are you guys?
Amazing. We'll get started in a couple of minutes here. Have some exciting announcements and things to share. So looking forward to that. Ryan, brother, how are you? Are you in Dubai now?
Hey, Payam. No, I'm actually in Colombia at the moment.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a dad soon, right?
Yes, indeed. Couple of months.
Couple months. Exciting.
So sorry,
That
we
was an
didn't hear.
amazing goal from Colombia against Germany.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Ooh.
I saw though when Colombia was playing Ireland, they had to call the game off. It got a little bit too rough. I'm from Ireland, by the way.
Yeah. Adar, good to have you, brother. Haven't first time I think you're joining one of these calls, which I'm guessing I know why.
It's a little blurry and dark. Can you rub the screen? It's hard.
I'm working on it.
Ahmad, brother, good to have you. He had a great event, a Rasa event that I went to over the weekend. I'm excited to continue to collaborate with you on that and co-create all these beautiful experiences you're having.
I'm very happy you made it to one. It was good to see you and everyone there.
For sure. Cam, good to see you, my man.
Hi, Pam. How are you?
I'm good. Michael, I'm guessing that's Michael Chang, but I'm not sure.
Hey, yeah, good guess, Pi. What's up, guys?
And Ludwig the Light from the City of Lights. Good to have you, my love. Alrighty. We're gonna kick things off. Pei Juan, good to see you, brother, as always. And Michael Kosick. I think I said everyone's name now.
And Hannah.
And Hannah, hi, love. Hi. I know you're like on the way to the gym, so you're dialing in. Good to have everyone here. Excited to share updates with you all. And kind of what's on the agenda and what's coming up for us and everything that we're continuing to co-create and build upon. It's been a fun journey so far. I mean, we kind of started on this journey I started working on this full time on October. Kind of team started coming together around November, December, still coming together, or have a couple additions to the core operating team in the last couple months. We'll kind of review that as well. So I'm going to share my screen. And you guys see my screen right now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, hold on. Alrighty.
Yep.
Think we can all see my screen now. So roundtable, so just quick agenda, roundtable intros, our investment into the Grateful Labs with Max and Adar, who are the founders, are on this call. We're gonna review our events, kind of some events that we've had in the past and what we're looking forward to over the next few months. Talk a little bit more about Light tokens. We're gonna introduce some new DAO owners. Ruby's gonna be a little bit late to this call. She's gonna highlight what we did last month for Immortal Studios, which was our investment this month. And Pei Juan's also on this call, so they can give a quick update on that. And then I'll share some other Light DAO updates towards the end, and we can have a Q&A. And if we don't use the full hour, great. We can give people some time back. Why don't we take literally like 5 seconds each. Name, where you're dialing in from, and what you're grateful for today. Emily.
Hi. Okay, so I'm in San Diego right now, and I'm so grateful for my little morning. I felt like Snow White because there were rabbits and birds and squirrels coming towards me by the beach, and I got to watch the surfers. So I started my morning with a little bit of sunshine and animals.
Beautiful. Max.
Hey everyone, I'm Max. I'm currently dialing in from Venice Beach. I am grateful for one of my best friends, Julian, who just flew in from Israel 2 nights ago, who's going to be living with us for the next 2 months. He's a light, he's an angel, an amazing person. So I'm just really grateful to have him just outside on the patio after a year of not being able to see him. So
amazing.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Michael Kosick.
Yeah, Michael Kosick, Toronto. Grateful for honest feedback. Got some good stuff today.
Oh, amazing. Michael Chang.
Hey, yep, from New York. Grateful to be alive, feeling good.
Love that, brother. Chris, I think that's Needham.
Hey guys, I'm Chris. I'm in Miami Beach, and yeah, I'm grateful to be alive and be here with you guys today. And I've been reading this new book called The Artist Way. I've been writing morning pages every morning in a journal, so it's been really cool, really nice.
Awesome. Chris, you and I need to catch up, of course. It's been a minute, so looking forward to that. Jack, brother.
What's up, guys? Calling in from London, and I'm super grateful to hang out with some of my friends here who are in my co-working space right now. But yeah, super cool to be here. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Pei Juan, brother.
Hey, I'm Pei-Wan, calling in from Hacienda Heights, Southern California. I'm grateful for the practice. I've been doing so much traveling, so I'm always very grateful to be back home where I'm comfortable and I can actually continue with my daily practice.
It's beautiful. Lori.
Hi, everybody. I'm calling in from Laguna Beach, and I'm super grateful for so many things today. One is being here with you lovely people, and also I'm super grateful for the ocean. I was walking my dog this morning and I just saw all these dolphins, and it was so beautiful, and to see them so close to the shore. They're so amazing living in a nature preserve, and just to see nature flourish. It's a huge inspiration, especially working in technology where sometimes we're so deeply embedded in a lot of different networks and online everything. It's nice to be out in nature for a little bit. So I'm super grateful for that and the gratitude that it brings. So, and thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for being here. Let's go with who's next here? Ludwin.
Hi, I'm Ludi from Paris, and I'm grateful for two things. I found the courage to operate changes in my life. So this is the first thing. And second thing, I am grateful for the love and support I receive from all my friends from my changes I'm operating right now.
Amazing. Boaz, brother.
Calling in from New York. I'm very grateful for the sunshine.
Nice. Ben.
Hi, calling in from New York. I'm grateful for having a wonderful weekend with family and friends in the Hamptons this past weekend, despite some car trouble. But yeah, it was a beautiful weekend and got to spend time with my wife and baby boys and friends.
It's awesome. Ben has two beautiful twin boys who are like 6 months older now, so they're super cute. Cam.
Hello, Cam from Orange County, California, not too far away from Lori. I live in Laguna Hills, but I spend every day at the beach if I'm not traveling, especially this morning. I went for a walk at the beach. This was a short walk today, but usually I walk for a couple of hours. And I'm grateful to be in this community because I've known Payam for some time, and every time we meet each other, I become more interested in learning about what he does. So, and I will be driving to LA in about 5 minutes. So, and I've been practically in all the places that everyone has been here, from Toronto, New York, Paris, Tel Aviv. So it's a small planet. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, for sure. Dimitri, good to see you, brother. So name, where you're dialing in from and what you're grateful for.
Yeah, thanks, Payam. Great to be here. Dimitri, I am dialing from San Francisco. I'm grateful for this community, grateful to be able to drop in with y'all, and also grateful for nature. I'm super close to the ocean as well, and just had a beautiful run in the wintry, summery morning of San Francisco. Did a little cold dip too, so grateful for the natural elements and being able to kind of dip into what's real.
Amazing. Yeah, Sophie's also an SF and she had a big coat on. So Sophie, your turn.
I'm grateful for this community. Oh, I'm in San Francisco, as Payam said, and I'm grateful for this community and the ability to work at the Ferry Building, which is a beautiful venue, full of light and good smelling food.
Definitely is. Thank you. Hannah, Kim. If you're there. Okay, we'll skip Hannah. Ryan.
Sorry, I'm just like I'm just a little frazzled right now, but I think I've really been wanting to go to because it fills up within a few minutes when it's open. So I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. You're going to a gym class. So thanks for taking the time to dial in while you're like walking into your gym class. Ryan. You're on mute, brother.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Ryan. I'm calling in from Medellin, Colombia. I'm grateful for blue skies and sunshine every day this week. And I'm grateful for arepa de chocolo, one of Colombians' hidden food delicacies, which I just ate a few minutes ago.
Lovely.
Awesome. Parm, we haven't done you yet.
No, I'm dialing in from New York. Just grateful for fantastic weather in the city.
Nice. Ahmad.
Hey guys, I'm in West Hollywood in Los Angeles, and I'm very grateful for the luxury to be able to meet amazing people in this part of the world.
Awesome. Nick, is that Nick Kingmana?
Yes, sir. Calling in from Oslo, and I am grateful that I'm gonna get to see Payam next week.
Yay!
Greece.
Amazing. Yes, same here, brother. RJ Osman, is that like another name you use now?
No, this is news to me.
It says RJ Osman in your name description on Zoom.
That's so funny. That's the name of a vehicle for one of our investments, but yeah, I guess there's an issue there.
So where you're dialing in from and what you're grateful for today?
Dialing in from New York, grateful to be friends with Payam and be part of this community, guys. Great to meet.
Awesome. Did I miss anybody? Okay, besides myself, my name is Payam, dialing in from Los Angeles. I'm grateful for having my mom's home cooked food every morning. She just always cooks and always gives me abundance of like love that goes into these meals. So super grateful for that. With gratitude, and I'm honored and privileged and so excited to share Max and Grateful Labs and the beautiful and necessary work that he's doing to help the world in so many ways. And I'm not going to explain it anywhere near as well as Max will. So we've invested in Grateful Giraffes this month, and Max, who's the founder and CEO, and Adar, who's the co-founder, are here to give us an introduction of what Grateful Labs and the Grateful Giraffes are about. And I personally think that every Light DAO person should also be a Grateful Giraffe. Without further ado, I'll hand it over to Max.
Awesome. Payam, thank you so much. It is likewise an honor and a privilege to have received investment from the Light DAO community, to continue to deepen our friendship, our partnership. And I'm excited to get to know everyone deeper in the Light DAO community. I guess, I'll just give a quick bio on myself for those of you who haven't met me, and then just share basically the vision and mission and investment thesis behind Grateful Labs. And happy if we have a few minutes to answer questions, but I'll try to keep it very short. I grew up in Philadelphia. I moved to Israel to start a career in venture capital. Spent 7 years investing in early stage startups in Israel. And in parallel, developed a passion for gratitude. It started with gratitude journaling on my own, but it evolved into social gratitude journaling. I would go up to strangers in the streets and on the subway and just ask them to write in a journal what they were grateful for. And I noticed just how powerful this simple intervention was, on people's moods, on people's state of consciousness. And when I discovered the Burning Man in Israel called Midburn, I also brought this journaling practice to the desert. And so year after year, I would go and fill up an entire notebook of gratitude, meeting, 70 to 100 people along the way, crying, hugging, laughing, celebrating life, and then reading their statements of appreciation all at once. And in 2021, I had this feeling, this calling, this purpose that came through that said, my mission is to spread gratitude. That's what I'm here to do. And using my background in finance and venture capital, maybe there's a mechanism or there's a method that I can apply that would actually spread gratitude in a capitally efficient way, as opposed to it just being a a charitable approach. Let's try to find a way to commercialize something of value and have gratitude be at the core of everything that we're bringing to the world. And so this gave birth to Grateful Labs. Grateful Labs is a profit-for-purpose Delaware C Corp dedicated to enhancing the well-being of more than 1 billion humans. And our first product is actually a lifetime membership to the Grateful Giraffe community. So it's taking the form of an NFT. There's 7,777 Grateful Giraffe NFTs, and each one is a lifetime access code to our global community. We describe Grateful Giraffes as dreamers and doers dedicated to elevating each other and the world at large. And the way we've built the community is through experiences that elevate, educate, and connect. We've been doing evenings of gratitude every week for about a year. These are intentional dinner parties, potluck style, that Payam and some other Light Down members have been to. We invented a party line called Giraffes in the House. It has art and wellness and music and celebration with non-alcoholic beverages. We've done that 7 times. Our last one was a biohacking party this past Sunday. And what's cool is in parallel, we had our first elevated evening in New York, which brought together 20 people for cacao, ecstatic dance, and medicine music. And so we kind of envision this community coming together, co-creating these experiences, delivering value to one another, and ultimately, bringing more and more people into these gatherings. And our second product, which we've started to tinker with a little bit here in Venice, is actually a curated marketplace of health and wellness brands that is accessible via subscription service. And by being a subscriber, you get discounts to all these brands that have been vetted. The community will be involved in sourcing, analyzing, approving, reviewing all of the products in the marketplace. And we think that's a really significant opportunity. Over time, we plan to launch products and services in media and entertainment, fashion, health and wellness, technology. We see 3 different, sort of business models here. One is we actually develop the products ourselves in-house and work with the community to develop best of breed offerings. The second is to license technology that doesn't have good distribution. With our connections in Israel, there's a lot of really interesting health and wellness tech there that doesn't have the go-to-market strategy in the US. So licensing the technology and having the giraffe logo be the distribution channel in the US and globally. And the third would actually be to license the giraffe to other entrepreneurs that share values, share a mission, but want the support of over time 7,777 advocates for whatever product or service they're building. And to put our money where our mouth is, we actually have already started granting ownership in Grateful Labs to community members that contribute. We call it a meritocratic co-op. So those who contribute more earn more ownership, and that way it's a fair system that actually rewards contributions to the community and to the brand. That's basically it in a nutshell. We think this is a huge addressable market that we can commercialize and bring a lot of value to the world and do it in a profitable way, and all win as owners in Grateful Labs. And happy to answer any specific questions. I guess the last thing I'll just mention is anyone who's interested in reading sort of our one pager, I'm happy to just drop it in the chat. We just kind of are opening up this round in the next week or so, and Lightdown obviously as a supporter. We're extremely grateful for the support. If anyone in the community is also interested in learning more about the rounds, happy to share more offline. And then the last thing I would say is anyone interested in applying to become a Grateful Giraffe, I'll also drop the link. It's a very simple application. You can fill it out. And to become a member, it's a one-time purchase of this Grateful Giraffe NFT. Today, it's a $420 cost, but it goes up over time. And so just again, on the business side, as we grow from 600 to 7,777 members in the next couple of years, we'll generate another $4 to $5 million in revenue. And this is, just one line of business that allows us to reinvest into other lines of business. So we think we're onto something. Ultimately, if we succeed, the giraffe becomes the international symbol for gratitude. And that can wake up billions of people because everyone likes giraffes, you know, and it's kind of this subtle way to just bring the vibration up and remind people in a non-aggressive, non-threatening, non-preachy way, there's a lot to be grateful for, you know, and the giraffe we think can be the storyteller for that. So thanks for the time. Hope that gave you guys a good sense of what we're up to, and happy to answer questions if there's time or take it offline.
Yeah, maybe if there's one question, we have a handful of other agenda items. If there's one question, we could take it. Anybody? If not,
I'll ask the question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm also a giraffe member. Why giraffes, Max?
Okay, great question. Well, you know, first of all, we wanted alliteration. So we were looking for the right partner. The gorillas are a bit too masculine. The gerbils are a bit too small. The goats, greatest of all time, a little too much ego, but everyone likes giraffes. And giraffes, they stick their necks out for each other. They rise above the negativity. They represent our highest self. Their head is in the clouds with feet on the ground. So we like to say they're spiritual and grounded. And last but not least, they have the largest heart of all land mammals. So we believe time is how you spend your love. So that's the giraffe symbolism. And we think if humans were more giraffe-like, we would live a much better life. So thanks for the question.
Thank you. And we're going to have plenty of opportunity to get to know Max and the giraffes as well as we support them over the month. So we'll take one last question if there is one before we move forward. Okay. Max, brother, thank you for the intro, and excited to continue to support you. So we had a great event last week. Just wanted to give a recap of that. It was a conscious living and investing event. We had I know Cam was there, I know M was there, Peihuan was there, Max was there, Jack was there as a moderator. Ahmad, I can't remember if you were there, but a handful of us on this call were there. It was great. We started out with kind of a little connection exercise, and then we went into a panel conversation, which is a photo of it's here. We had four investors on the panel, and Jack, who's on this call, was our moderator. Eric Kroll is an investor and an LP in about 3 funds, I believe. Thomas Vu is an investor and is now running a venture studio focused around gaming and entertainment. Diana is a managing partner of a family office, and Sandeep is a venture capitalist with his tagline of conscious investing. So it was a super great panel conversation where Jack asked questions like, what does consciousness mean to you? And how do you think about investing consciously? How do you build conscious teams? What do you look for? And can you still continue to invest with profits in mind, but not losing sight of your purpose and your passion or the values or principles that you live with? And there's no reason to compromise the two. It's how can you think long-term with profits while also staying true to your values and your principles, which is what Light DAO and Grateful Drafts and these other investors are all about. And then we ended with a meditation on envisioning a thriving, abundant future together. So it's just an all-around great event. And we're looking forward to having these on an ongoing basis, and we're having events every month. And this is an event schedule coming up 3 weeks from today. We are gonna have our first event in San Francisco. Super excited for that. We're about to finalize the location and send out details to the group. We have 3 events coming up in September, one in LA, one in New York, one in San Francisco. In October, we're hosting with Chirag and the Mission Matters team, a New York Tech Week event. That'll be around some AI, maybe discussing existential threats around that. and other topics. And then another event in October in LA as well. And then early mid-November, we're going to have our first Light experience. This is going to be a 3-day retreat like experience that's going to be super curated and just really good opportunity to bond and build deeper connections with the people in the community. Super excited for that. And just to highlight some of the past events that we've had, we've been doing events since February when we started. So we've had a gratitude dinner, sound bath experience, the conscious living and investing discussion last week. We had a Web3 investor dinner and party in Austin, Texas a few months ago. We also hosted an event during Outer Edge LA here in LA in March. So those are the events and what we're continuing to do. I actually didn't mention, we're also partnering with the Future of Humanity Summit, which I'm going to see Nick in about 11 days or so. And that's in Greece, about 100 people with a handful of VCs, entrepreneurs, and larger $1 billion+ fund managers. So that'll be exciting. There's, I believe, still a couple slots available there. So if anybody is interested in joining me and Nick and maybe a couple others that might be on this call, might be joining, a handful of other Light DAO people as well. That's August 12th to 19th in the Greek islands. So if you're interested in that, it is $6,000 for one person, $9,000 for two people. So that's the price for that. Any questions, comments, thoughts on our events, experiences that we're continuing to produce on a monthly basis? Cool. So for the events that we're holding, people need to have Light tokens. This is now a requirement for attending our events. It costs 250 Light tokens to attend. We issue Light tokens to all DAO owners. If you're not an owner yet, your first event is free. From there on forward, if you want to continue to attend, you must become a Light DAO owner, which is when we issue you Light tokens. And your token balance is going to go down when you attend events. But if you help us host events or you help in other ways in the community, then you get issued more tokens. And we could talk about how we issue more tokens if that's of interest. And then at the bottom here, we say that, tokens can also be used to make incentivized requests. That is something that's coming soon. But effectively, the idea here is if we have investors in our network where their time is very valuable, but if you want to meet with them, it might cost, some tokens to set up a 1-hour meeting with a VC that might be able to write you a check. Still TBD on exactly how that works, but that's the current thinking. Any questions on Light tokens and what it means to be issued Light tokens?
I have a question, Payam, about how these additional tokens are triggered. Is it a manual function where, the verification of a contribution, or is it automated where if you're able to make X things happen, the vesting of the tokens just happens automatically?
So it will be automatic when we move to the blockchain. As of this moment, it's manual, meaning we, for example, have a handful of people on this call that have received tokens and have a vesting schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're an operating partner of ours, then you have an operating agreement with the DAO where you get issued tokens based on milestone or trigger events, which is tied to how much time you've spent with the DAO. There are going to be other triggers as well. For example, if you help host an event where Light DAO is not the primary, let's say, facilitator and production entity, but you as an individual are helping host an event. And then in that scenario, it's a decentralized token transfer. So the people that attend the event pay tokens, the person who's hosting receives those tokens. So that's an example of if you want to call it, it will be automated. Right now, we're tracking those token transfers on a spreadsheet. But when we move to the blockchain, it'll automatically be token gated and the tokens will be transferred.
Thank you.
Yep. Cool. Excited to kind of also give an overview of some of our new Light DAO owners. Max, who received the investment this month with Grateful Labs. Chris, who's also on this call, is based in Miami. Excited for Chris to help us co-create and develop the Miami community and hub. So would love to, obviously, Chris, we should, dive deeper on that. Angel also recently joined us, also as an operating partner. Angel is an investor and a founder of Angel Club. She has an entire network of mentors and other entrepreneurs as well that she has in her community. So I'm excited on how we continue to co-create and collaborate and deepen the partnership with Angel and Angel Club. David is another investor based out of Miami. He also has a home in San Francisco. So Ruby and I have been coordinating with David on having his home, beautiful home in San Francisco, being not just maybe potentially a hub, but also an event at a minimum in September that we're planning in San Francisco. Chirag is a founder of Mission Matters. They do PR, marketing, general communications. They have a podcast channel. They help produce podcasts and also help publish books. So I'm excited for Chirag to become an owner and also help become our lead in helping us expand our social media presence. So we're getting that started this week. Super excited for that. Rachel is a new DAO owner. She's a founder of Potential AI. She's also San Francisco based. Excited to have her as a part of the community. Jason runs a family office based out of New York. And Aryuna also recently joined us based out of New York. And she's a venture partner at Sanctor Capital. Also is just really connected with, she's also been a founder and a C-level executive at a startup. And is also going to be helping us run our events in New York. So I'm super excited on how everybody who's becoming an owner is really helping, contributing, and co-create this DAO. And that's what this is all about, on how we help collectively support one another. And this new social network paradigm, which is based on ownership. I think Ruby just joined and Peihuan's on here. Good timing, Ruby. She's also going to give a quick overview and also with Peihuan on what we did with Immortal, which was our investment last month. Ruby, you want to take it away and give us that overview?
Yeah. Hi, welcome everyone. And so what we did this just actually last week was a showcase. And it was really exciting because we had like over 50 people. And it was basically a conversation about educational and learning opportunity for people who were interested and curious about AI, particularly about AI and developing like the next generation Web3 type community in the entertainment and in Hollywood. So because that is an area that Immortal is really a pioneer in. And the thing that was quite extraordinary is that two of existing investors in Immortal, who are really like superstars, icons in their particular industry, Sandy Kleiman actually joined us from the airport, right? And for those of you who are not familiar with Sandy Kleiman, he is like a super agent with CAA, the biggest agent representative in Hollywood. He used to represent like Robert Redford and Robert De Niro. And he was also president of Universal. So he's an icon from Hollywood. And then the superstar from Silicon Valley is Chris Ye, not related to me, even though we both have a very unusual name, who is the blitzscaling author with Reid Hoffman, founder of LinkedIn. So it was really amazing to have these two people come in and talk about, what's happening in the industry and why is it that they're early investors into Immortal. So the thing I'm really excited about is that, we got such great feedback from people who said that they learned so much. And that was really our goal, that we really, was not just about a pitch about Immortal. And my experience was like, somebody said this to me, like they said it was the best non-pitch pitch they ever heard. Okay. Because, there was so much education and learning. And, people really came back and said, wow, this is so fascinating because AI is moving so fast. So if you have not had a chance to see it yet, usually I would not suggest for people to look at a recording, but this one I would say is definitely worth it, because Sandy's 6 minutes and Chris's 12 minutes were just so power packed. It was so useful. And then Pei Huang just did a beautiful job of explaining what's happening with Hollywood, in this whole arena, and how things are going to be, the sea change is happening really fast with, the member co-creation. So anyways, Pei Huang, do you want to add anything to that?
I just want to say that it was a really good experience. And I think from the perspective of Light DAO, I think it's actually a really good way to support our future portfolio companies. Because in putting that together, like for right now, the baton is being handed to the Grateful Giraffe. So I thought that was an interesting model, because I think part of joining this community is a chance to activate and have a larger connectivity to, I think, more forward-thinking, conscious investors. So I would propose that this kind of showcase format is one that we could consider following for future companies, because I think that is value for the founders in building community. And also, to your earlier point, it's also bringing a lot of thought leadership into our community. So I would propose that. On a personal grateful note, I was also very happy to see Thomas Wu part of the conscious investing panel, because Thomas was one of the earliest investors in Immortal. So in so many ways, I'm really happy that we've connected all the various dots and this community of investors really coming together.
Yeah. The other thing I should comment is that, we had about, like I said, 50 live people, but there was about that came, and the thing that's great is, like something is useful. We have 52 people, and I think at the end, there was still like 49 people. So, like people really stayed with us and paid attention. But we had like about 150 people register, all right? And it's really interesting because, Payam did a short introduction about Light DAO also. And now I have had people contact us and say, hey, I want to know more about this conscious entrepreneurs and community that you have, investors and entrepreneurs. So this is just a great way of, again, we're getting out there about what we really stand for and the heart of Light DAO. So anyways, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to produce, right, Pei Huang? It was quite a bit of work, but it was a great experience.
It's quite a bit of work, and congratulations to you, Ruby, and thank you for all the great work that you're doing for the community and for that conversation in particular.
So we actually have a lot to follow up with there. We have like several investors out of that for Immortal, and also people interested in Light DAO also.
Yeah, I love that idea. I think having some type of showcase like that highlights and focuses on the investment partner we have for the month is something we should do. So Ruby and I and the team should discuss that. And I mean that's the whole and as we grow, like all these proposals are going to be actually voted upon and agreed upon. So this is the type of stuff that when somebody thinks there's a good idea of what we should do as a community, we vote officially. Right now it's kind of unofficial voting, like Pei Huang makes a suggestion, we're like, okay, that sounds like a good idea, like let's do it, right? But as we fully build the tech and that infrastructure and that voting infrastructure, and we have a critical mass of people that are actually voting and actually being a contributor and engaged, is when this is going to be very powerful, where we really truly can start making decisions. And this is actually an interesting thing that I haven't discussed yet with many people, but this feeds into one of the technology products that we're considering to build, which is a consensus-based constitution. There's a lot packed into those 3 words, but I don't need to go into too much detail right now. But it's how do we develop a framework, a principle and operating framework that's value aligned, where it empowers us to make decisions with trust and really start setting a tone for how society at large could start making decisions, not just based on the US Constitution that was developed 300 years ago with a room full of white guys, right? That said, this is the Constitution, and now our entire operating framework of how we live within this world, or at least in the US, and every country in the world has this, right? And that's the thing, that's the North Star of how we operate in the entire legal framework. So that just gives you an idea of how I'm thinking and how we're thinking about how we continue to develop not just voting at the granular level, but then how that develops into this larger framework of a consensus-based constitution. So just a summary again, for those that may have not have heard this, Light DAO Foundation is a nonprofit entity. We are a global community of now over 350 conscious entrepreneurs and investors that's made up of both DAO guests and DAO owners. DAO owners are the ones that have been issued the tokens. DAO guests have not yet been issued tokens. By conscious, we mean a few things here. Our members are heart-led. They value personal development and growth. They care about their surroundings and their environment. And they do business as a force for good to make an impact. So it's not just about making profit. It's where purpose meets passion meets profit. It's really, really being heart-aligned, being a person who wants to do good for the world. Maybe they haven't fully figured it out yet, right? But they have that alignment with what it means to be a good-hearted person. There's so much noise. There's so much still fear in the world. I with intention follow a lot of people on Twitter that tend to emanate negative energy. And I do that with intention because I keep reminding myself of what this mission is. How do we make impact? How do I respond to that person? Even if it's like a little Twitter thing that says, love is light, right? It's like they might see that and all of a sudden it's like it hits them like a wave. Like, what is happening? Like, why is this person like emanating love to me when I'm, emanating dark energy or whatever it is that they might be processing? But that's really what we're talking about. It's how do we really help these other people? Like, how do we help everybody expand? It's not just the people that are already living with love and compassion and gratitude. It's also the people that aren't. How do we help those people? And that's what this mission is. We're empowering everybody to be living with more love, more abundance in all the ways possible. That's truly what we're about at the essence of the core of what we're building here, which is in full alignment with, this month's investment and last month's investment and Ahmad, the previous month's investment, and how we continue to support one another and build community and bring joy in people's lives. Like Rasa's whole thing is bringing joy to people's lives, having them let loose, be free, have fun, right? Max and Grateful Giraffe's whole thing is how do we live with more gratitude? How do we bring that practice on a daily basis? Because it's been transformative for myself, for Max, and many other people, I'm sure, right? So at the core of it, that's the first pillar that we talk about, is building that community of conscious, heart-led people. We have the monthly events that we've been talking about. We bring the community together, and we're building a DAO. We're learning what it means to co-create, to be in ownership, to invest in each other, to support one another, to make introductions for one another, to host experiences and bring the community together. That's all what it means to build a DAO. And then the last one is we invest every month in our DAO owners. And I'm super just excited that 3 months in, we've made 3 investments, and I'm excited to see who comes to the table for the next month. I don't know right now, but that's part of the exciting part. And if any of you have people that you think would be a good potential investment candidate that's heart-led, that's value aligned, that believes in this mission, I'd love and be thrilled to be introduced to that person. This is something, again, that we're looking to do, is making curated one-on-one introductions. We've already been doing this for our DAO owners. We're going to continue to do this because this is how we continue to create value for one another. This is, Max said it, one of my favorite quotes, time is how you spend your love. End of the day, life boils down to meaningful life partnership caliber relationships with people that we love. 100% of our time every day is spent in 2 ways: with other people or by ourselves. Other people are literally our most valuable asset in life outside of ourselves. Who we do life with is everything. It's truly everything. And the people that are part of this community are the types of people that we want to do those everythings with, right? And so we're being intentional, we're being conscious on bringing this community together and connecting each other with one another. So for example, if you're a DAO owner and you want to be introduced to an investor, if you're raising funds, I will personally take it upon myself to introduce you to somebody that I think can create value for you, right? If you're another entrepreneur and you're not raising funds or whatever it might be, you're looking to connect with another entrepreneur or another mentor where you need help with based on your interests, based on your industry, or just general help or feedback you're looking for because you're having a pitch feedback, whatever that is. If you're a DAO owner, I'm here to support and give you that introduction. If it's, you want to talk to me for an hour to get feedback, whatever it might be, I'm here committed for that. Just the last, I think, slide before we wrap up here. To become a DAO owner, if you've already been to an event, great, but this is not a free thing. It requires a lot of money and capital to operate this. All the money goes into this nonprofit, which is this entity that continues to reinvest all of our money into creating this community and into creating our events. And that cost is $1,100 per year to receive this curated introductions, like I said, to receive the ability to continue to go to our ongoing events that we have every month. And there's going to be a lot more benefits as well. We also have a payment plan that's split over 4 months. If you're an early stage entrepreneur and you're tight on cash, we're happy to give that payment plan option as well. You receive 1,500 tokens when you become an owner, and it costs about 250 tokens to attend an event, give or take. Some events could be less, some events could be a little bit more, but it's about 250 tokens. If you sign up in the next 7 days and you haven't yet, then we're going to give you an extra 1,000 tokens. That's it from my side. Are there any questions, any feedback, anything from this call that stuck out to you? Just open floor, open mic for any questions, thoughts, comments, feedback.
I'm driving, but I just wanted to say that I benefited quite a bit being in this community, not from just the Austin, getting some connection, good connection from that, but also from the event last week. I went to another event in Malibu based on one of the people I met at your event, Payam. And 2 of those people that I met at that event, I'm meeting them today. That's the reason I'm going to LA. So I benefited quite a bit being in this community. I want to become a owner as you send the email to me, and we will discuss that later. Just wanted to thank you for this.
Great.
Thank you, Cam. Thanks for the support.
That's great, Cam. So good to hear that.
Appreciate
And
that.
I also want to make a comment because we've had a lot of new DAO owners recently. If you haven't heard from me yet, I've been in touch with several of you, but I'll be in touch with all our DAO owners to have a one-to-one about, you know, the specifics of how we can support you and what you're looking for now, what your needs are now. Okay. So all the new DAO owners, if you haven't heard, you'll hear from me this week. And plus those of you that heard from me already, let's try to coordinate a time.
Any other last questions? We can end a few minutes early, give some time back to your beautiful day.
So Max, congratulations. And since I wasn't here the first half hour, I'm going to be looking forward to the recording
Thank you.
to hear more about your beautiful company that I've been hearing about actually since the beginning, you know,
Love it.
since day one. So it's
Yeah.
wonderful that you're actually now our, you know, our company for the month that we can really support. You know, we'll do whatever we can to really pull together the whole community to support you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Ruby.
So when is the next big event here in Los Angeles, SoCal, Max? I know there was one this past weekend.
We're doing a party August 25th, which is a Friday night in Malibu. It's going to be an animal-themed party in the spirit of this year's Burning Man theme, Animalia. I want to call it Animalibu, but Adar wants to call it Animalia, so we'll see what ends up happening. But now that you all know Animalibu, maybe that's another reason to call it Animalibu.
Yeah.
So will this be a pre-burn event?
It will be, yeah.
Who from the DAO is going to Burning Man this year? By a show of hands.
I might do a fly-in if I go.
Yeah. We should. You know what? We're actually going to put something up. Let's try to get everybody. So I'm glad you brought that up, Pei Wang. So let's get everybody connected. Who's going to Burning Man? You know, and Payam, you probably mentioned San Francisco, right, before I came on.
Yeah, we talked about event schedule.
Yeah, cool. So hopefully, you know, for those of you, that would be an excuse for you to fly to our beautiful city by the bay. Michael, you come here every so often. I saw that you just had a nice smile on your face when I said that. So
Yeah,
maybe
I
you'll
do.
be.
I love having excuses to do it, but yeah. So please keep them coming.
Yes.
Always love to be invited.
Yeah, we'll send out updates on the events coming up. The SF one is the next one in 3 weeks from today. So thank you all for your time. Super grateful for all of you being here and supporting. And Michael, I'll see you in like 10 days or so, less than 10 days, 8 days. You're on mute, brother.
Yeah, see you in Athens next week, buddy.
See you next week. All right, guys, take care. Have a lovely
Bye,
day.
everyone. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.